Hi everyone, I am Teacher Diane and I will be handling your math lessons for your college entrance test review. So first, let us start with some basic concepts in algebra. So for Math 1, we will recall concepts in real numbers and rational algebraic expressions. So let's recall first some concepts in real numbers. So number one, so can you still remember whole numbers? So whole numbers are numbers that start with 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on and so forth. And integers are merely the whole numbers together with their negative counterparts. For rational numbers, these are numbers that can be expressed as a quotient of two integers. So meaning to say, you have here a quotient. So the numerator and denominator are both integers. And of course, the denominator cannot be equal to 0. So irrational numbers are numbers that cannot be expressed as a quotient of two integers. So some examples of irrational numbers are pi, the number 3.1416, and so on and so forth. Square root of 2, actually all the numbers that are not perfect square. So for example, square root of 3, square root of 5, and also this decimal number here. So I will explain later how to look at decimal numbers, how we can determine whether a decimal number is a rational number or an irrational number. So for this one, we have like a flow chart. So this flow chart will enable us to determine whether a decimal number is rational or irrational. Okay, so we will divide them into two. So the terminating and the non-terminating decimals. So of course, from the word itself, terminating decimals mean that they stop. So an example of a terminating decimal would be 1.234. So the question, is this a rational number or not? So if we have a terminating decimal, we can always express it as a quotient of two integers. So what you just do is you just copy it without the decimal point. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Just copy it without the decimal point. And then you divide it. The denominator will be a power of 10, wherein the number of zeros will be determined by the number of decimal places. So in our example, we have here 3 decimal places, right? So that means what we need is 1,000. You need 3 zeros over here. You need 3 zeros over here because our number has 3 decimal places. As simple as that. So meaning to say, so from what we have seen here, all terminating decimals can always be expressed as a quotient of two integers. So meaning to say, they are rational. So we have a check mark there. Now, it doesn't mean that non-terminating decimals will automatically be irrational numbers. We still have to we still have to check whether they are repeating or a non-repeating decimal. So can you give me an example of a repeating decimal? So you can pause this video if you want to answer, okay? So for a repeating decimal, the I think most famous repeating non-terminating decimal would be 0.333 and so on. Or sometimes we write it as 0.3 bar, meaning to say the 3 repeats itself, no? Okay. So let me just first contrast this, the 0.3 bar with just the terminating decimal 0.3. Now, if you recall what I've mentioned in the previous slide, this is a terminating decimal. So how do we express it? As a quotient of two integers. So this is copy 3 over, since we just have one decimal place, so we just need 10 here. Now, if you have repeating non-terminating decimal, like in this case, 0.3 bar, it's almost similar to your terminating counterpart, except that, okay, so in this case also, you copy the number that repeats itself. However, the denominator would be 9. The number of the decimal places, sort of, okay, that will determine the number of nines that you will need for the denominator. So 0.3 bar is 3 over 9, or 1/3. So another example, for instance, I gave you 0.71 bar. What is this as a quotient of two integers? So again, so I will copy 71 over, I have two decimal places before it repeats. So I need 71 over 99. I need two nines for the denominator. You can try that. Get your calculators, and then you can verify for yourselves that 71 over 99 is actually 0.717171. Okay, so therefore, so this tells us that if you have a repeating non-terminating decimal, it will be a rational number. However, if you have a non-repeating, non-terminating, it will now be irrational number. So what are examples of irrational numbers? So as you can see here, it has to be non-repeating, non-terminating. So just like your pi, right? Pi, that's the reason why pi is irrational. Pi is approximately 3.1416, and then a whole bunch of numbers. It doesn't end. It has no pattern at all. So that's an example of an irrational number. Okay. So what I have here is a Venn diagram of real numbers. So of course, inside, first we have our set of whole numbers. Then the set of whole numbers is a subset of the set of integers. So meaning to say, all whole numbers are integers. And then, of course, all integers are rational numbers. Why is that? Diba, for example, if you have -2, that is an integer. Why is that a rational number? You can always express it as the integer over the denominator will always be equal to 1. So that's why all integers are rational numbers. And then of course, all numbers that are not irrational would be irrational numbers. So these are the numbers here outside the, so this thing over here, outside the set of rational numbers. Okay, so that comprises your real numbers. Okay, now let's discuss. You can pause the video if you want so that it will also be interactive. Okay, let's see. Which of the following is not a rational number? So we have letter A, 0.4004. So what kind of decimal number is this? This is terminating. So if you recall, if you have a terminating decimal, is it rational or irrational? So it is a terminating decimal, so therefore it is a rational number. Okay. Now, what about square root of 4? Is that rational or irrational? Now, don't be fooled by the square root sign over here. Now, take note that square root of 4 is simply equal to 2. And of course, 2 is an integer. And all integers, as we have seen in our previous slide, they are all rational numbers. Okay? So, it is terminating. Next, let's look at letter C. Okay, so what do we have here? Again, it is still terminating, right? It is still terminating. So just like in letter A, it's also rational. So that leaves us with letter D. So letter D is the answer. But still, let's see why is that irrational. So as you can see here, we have these three little dots over here, three little dots. So meaning to say it is non-terminating, non-terminating, and also it is non-repeating. So although it has a pattern, right? So as you can see here, 4 and then followed by 1 0, 4 followed by 2 zeros, 4 followed by 3 zeros, and so on. Although it has a pattern, but still it is non-repeating. So that's why it is a non, an irrational number. Okay?